Hi, good morning to everyone. And it's nice to see everyone bright and early again. Today here in the Philippines, it's 8 o'clock. It's a little sunnier today. I don't know how it is where you're from, but it's been a bit blustery, I think, the last couple of days. Lots of strong rain and wind where we are. So we're hoping that you have a little better weather. Hopefully, the sun has been nicer to you wherever you might be tuning in from. But as always, I am the president of the Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation, Julius Barcelona, and it's nice to see you here this morning to join us for our online session today. Anyway, before we begin, as always, we start with the people that make everything that we do possible. To our partner institutions, special partner institutions, senior special partner institutions, corporate members, members, all of whom, without which the Agribusiness and Countryside Development Foundation would not be possible. We are a member-supported nonprofit organization in partnership with the Management Association of the Philippines. And it's through your generosity and support that we are able to bring you all of our sessions and our activities for the betterment of the Philippines through agribusiness and countryside development. Thank you so much to all of you for your support of the foundation. All right, so without further ado, I'd like to call on our chair, Mr. Ernie Ordonez, to just briefly introduce our speaker for this morning. Ernie, please come in. Oh, Ernie. Okay, I do know Ernie's actually in transit right now, so
Right. Okay. Can you hear me now?
there
Okay.
you go, there you go.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm very pleased to introduce Bobby Portadilla because he's talking about a really important topic, the topic of water and how it should be clean. And he's lived his mission. He's doing this work, which will be excellent for our environment and for the country. As usual, what we will do is we'll ask Billy to give us 5 to 10 minutes of his life, how he got involved here, and what drives him, and what makes him passionate about this. Because we want to have a personal relationship with our speakers, and we do our work after the meeting. And anyone from around the world, I want to congratulate the new team. Well, not so new anymore, but under the leadership of Julius, who went from 32 live to 1,490 people a month. So anywhere in the world, you can talk to Bobby. So Bobby, 5 to 10 minutes, how you got involved and what drives you, right? You want to know
Okay.
personally. Then after that, well, before that, give us your number already, so we know how to call you. So it's free through Viber. And then in your talk, please remember that we don't want to just listen; we want to help you in your nice mission. All right, Bobby. So repeat. I'll ask your number now. What is the phone number, Bobby? You can put in chat box. But more importantly, I want you to talk about it so the people listening can hear it. Could you give us your phone
Okay.
number, please? Phone number.
Hi. Yeah. Hi. Good morning, everyone. My name is Bobit Barbadillo, and my phone number is 0917-321-3922. It's
Okay, wait,
my
wait.
number
I
here in
repeat
the
it.
office.
Wait, Bobby.
Sure.
I repeat it. Okay, for all of you, get your pens out, etc. It's of course it will be in the chat box, but if you don't have chat box, here it is: 0917 321
Okay.
3922. Okay,
Okay.
thank you, Bobby, and tell us about yourself. Thank you.
Okay. Before medyo I feel nervous eh. So, konti lang.
Please proceed and tell us
Before
about your life, how you got into this,
yes.
Bobby.
Yeah, before I met Mr. Julius, before I'm working with part-time work with a foundation, which we call it the Christian Foundation for Children and Aging. So doon ako nag-start and doon ko nakilala si EM1. Uh, Doon ako nag-start tapos nung nag-start kami, so mga duties and responsibilities. Kasi yung elder son ko kasi is one of the member of that foundation. So they are catering the schools, so mga tuition fees, they are provided. Tapos, ang ang
Yeah, excuse me,
counterpart
Bobby.
with,
Bobby, please speak
yes,
in English because we have an international.
Ah, oh,
national
say,
audience.
okay,
Later on,
okay.
9 to 10, we can make it mixed Tagalog, but now it has English. Thank you, Bobby. Thank you.
Sorry, sorry. And that is they are catering. That's my elder science schools, and the
Please,
counterpart of this is yeah. Okay. And the counterpart of that foundation is the parents must be involved in the environment. So before we are dealing with uh, cleaning some roads, we are cleaning roads and also one of our responsibilities about yung tree planting and we have some sort problem about the tree planting kasi the tree planting is after the tree planting so nothing happened there is also parang napabayaan of this and it's hindi kami success we are not successful in tree planting so we divert it into some for example like we see the rivers or the environment so there is one uh, institution that the Asian institutes, social institutes are introduced about EM sa amin. They are introduced EM, then we start uh, we start doing yung if kung you remember about kung you heard already the mud balls or the Bokashi mud balls. Yun, that's it. And in that process nung we are doing and we are using him, that is the time na I met Sir Julius. So when I met Sir Julius, then afterwards, then so I need a job kasi because the foundation is not uh, they cannot my need finances. So that's why I applied to the Harvest Agribusiness and now I am doing this and I already for about more than 13 years I'm already here in Harvest Agribusiness Corporations and I'm doing kung what I learned in the foundation still I'm doing now and still now I'm doing it. Okay. That's what.
All right. Thank you very much for that, Bobit. Yes, please
Mhm.
proceed with your presentation. Thank you.
Okay. Um, s- slide. Yung first, this is start with the EM. So, uh, okay. Yeah. Okay. So this is EM. For the EM, this one, if you will see these four labels, we have EM for microbial inoculant. This is for livestock and wastewater, aquaculture, and for agricultures. Pero for your informations, all of these four labels are all the shapes. They are all EM1, same content. The difference is only about the label because of this, there's a different uses of this EM1. Okay. Next slide. Okay, so before I start, when I start with EM, this is my inspiration before we start using EM. So this is Japan situation. So we find out that they are making mud balls and they're putting in the muds and they're applying. Next slide. Yan. And this is the results of the EM. So ito na yung results niya. The next slides. Then, so after that, no, they noticed uh, that not the big companies are contributing the pollution to the river. They find out. So they find out that uh, the 80% or 90% of na contributing the pollution is the household. So nung the mud balls, they involve the households, the communities, the children, they involve making mud balls. So they are planning na doon sa para to rehabilitation ng river nila. Next slide. And this is the result. So after that is 6 months. After 6 months, they are applying mud balls and EM. Parang they are uh, the natural ng rivers na bumabalik. Come back. Next slide. Ito. Yan. So ito na yun sa Japan. So ni-replicate here in the Philippines. So ito na yung this is the Philippine situation. Next slide. Yeah. So as I said before, we find out that not the big companies are the one responsible, the one who's contributing the pollution in the river. So we find out that the biggest part na nakakapag-pollute in the river is the household. So that's why we involve the families, children, the sa riversides, living in the riversides, we involve to make the mud balls. Next slide. Yeah, so there because of the madbus has a curing times because it needs 7 days for curing and 7 days for air dry. So before waiting for the fermentation of the madbus, we start cleaning of the river. Okay, and involuntary waste. And next slide. And so next slide. Yeah. So after the clean up, so the mud balls is already to drop sa river. So ito na. So, this event this is uh in Earth Day. So sa Earth Day we drop the mud balls. So next slide. Yan. This is community activity dropping of mud balls. Next slide. Yan. You see, so we involve all the communities so dropping so ginawa nila so we put the drops. Next slide. Yeah. So yung results after 6 months, then we are amazed kasi even those living in the rivers, they don't notice that there's something changes as they just see that there are already too many fish. Next slide. Yan. Yan. So they are amazed. Gulat sila. Next slide. Ang mas nakakagulat, so very, very amazing. So that still, there's some naliligo na doon sa river namin. Okay. So after this, next slide, ano na siya, meron ng sumunod, so which is Mad Balls here in Taytay Rizal. Then after that, so dahil I'm here already in Harvest, so naisip ko and then we are thinking that kung water siya, they can use in aquaculture use. So yan, so we will use in the aquacultures. Next slide. And also we find out in commissaries, in establishments like in mga restaurants, na they don't have water waste treatment. So by the way, this is like, so meron na din kami, we have some companies using EM, but I cannot show it to you kasi they don't allow us to use those documents. But he's on, and the other one, next slide. Ito na yung mga result ha. Next slide. And this is the pancakes. This is the number one project. Ito yung una-una. This is my first project in EM1. I'm very, very happy about because of very successful yung treatment, my treatment here in Commissary. Yan, ito yung na-witness ko. Then after then tinuruan ko sila. Next slide. Next slide. Yan. So, I teach them how to the EM, tinuruan ko sila. Then after naturo ko sa kanila, then we apply it. After 3 months, ito na yung lumabas. So yung kanina na nagsosolidify na mga something at sintabi po sa kumakain, nawala na yung mga grease, something. And ito din yung the best. Ito yung pinaka very happy ako about the result. Next slide. Yan. Yung result niya before, kasi sila tinatawag na yung BOD, COD. Yung BOD is sa Tagalog is the sukatan or the measurement of the pollution. So which is the EM lowered the BOD, this one. So dati the BOD 700, tapos naging this is already 150 BOD na siya. Ang laki nung ibinaba. This is the biggest na binaba niya. Ang laki ng binaba ng BOD niya. Okay, next slide.
Sorry, Bobit,
Yes.
just as a reminder, if you could try to stick to English while you're presenting.
Sorry, sorry.
And you can give more details about
Yes.
what you had done. Yeah. Thank
Yeah,
you.
sorry. Okay, sorry. So that is my works and show it to you. So there's a lot. If you need some more, and you can just call us. And this is what happened. What happened? I mean, what happened for that? Those examples. So this is EM, is microbial, inoculant. This is microbials that the technology is to purify, revive the nature. Next slide. And the EM has three ingredients. It's the lactic acid bacteria and yeast and the phototropic bacteria. Okay. Next slide. So EM around globe, EM has introduced about 175 countries already in the world. Next slide. Okay, and EM, pwede pa balik. Yan. So EM can be applied in the agriculture, aquaculture, poultry, piggeries, and livestock, and waste management, environmental recreation, and especially in households. Next slide. Yes. The three main ingredients found in EM is number one is the lactic acid bacteria, which is the works of this decomposed of organic matter by fermentations. Tapos yeast is also used as decomposed organic matter and release about bioactive substances like hormone enzymes, of course, and phototropic bacteria is one responsible for decompose of the harmful gases and mga ammonia, hydrogen sulfides, and changes into odorless. Next slide. Yeah. This is a very, very important for the EM because there are two types of decomposition. One is decay and one is fermentations. The first examples that I showed to you, those you see some pictures that happen is decay. So that decay, they release foul odors because of the process of decomposition is decay. But if we apply EM, the decay process is convert into fermentation. So that's fermentation. So that's the reason kung bakit. That's why we are the EM clean the rivers because of the process of the fermentation. So yung mga the the dirt, the organic matter that process in the river convert into fermentation. So they go convert into food. That's why they invite fish. And also in the pan, in the fish pans, the aquaculture naman, and if we put EM, the process dun sa aquaculture, yung mga excess foods, and yung manure that released by the fish, they convert then when you put EM, it's for the decay, it's convert into fermentation, it convert into food. So the fish eat the dirt because of the using EM1. Next slide. Yeah, this is we call this is the balance of microorganisms. The harmful and beneficial microbes, and the biggest is the opportunistic microbes. Like example in the river, with the reason it's why it's the rivers they're getting blocks, getting dirt, the color of water is black because the process happen in the river is decay. So decay, the harmful microorganisms grow, the population of the harmful microbes is growing. So so that's the reason that's also, they produce ammonia, and this is the producing harmful gases. But if you put EM in the river, next slide, yan. If you put EM, the beneficial, and another slide, yan. If you put EM, the beneficial microbes grow bigger and bigger, and the, the, the decay process happen, convert to fermentation. So this is the reason kung bakit why the rivers is getting clean and the water is getting clear, and then the and invites fish. So back this is the natural process ng river. Next slide. Okay. This is my this is EM products is EMAS. This is EM. This is the one who puts in Bukashi, and the Sir Brown is for kitchen waste, and the third is the mangoes. That's all. Thank you very much. Next slide.
So thank you very much for your presentation, Bobit. Actually, it's really more about the stories behind the activities that Bobit has already done with wastewater management and cleanup. So we'd really like to invite our audience members to please ask any questions. The floor is open for questions. Okay, I already see that Dean has raised her hand. Dean, please come in.
Yeah, let me put, okay, I have my mic on. Bobit, I'm Dean Hernandez. I have been a resource person for the foundation for 6 years at least. Okay. Um, Sir Ernie Ordonez, the chair who introduced you, was a spearheader of managing the water resources of the whole country. I'd like to ask, is there enough volume to do it province by province, and how soon do you plan to try to use the EM for the different 81 provinces in the Philippines? Thank you.
Can I speak in Tagalog na ba? Medyo difficulty ako sa English eh.
Sige, magta-translate na lang kami.
Sorry po. That is one of challenges in harvest because I'm already involved in harvest. So this is the challenge on how we apply EM, especially Pasig River.
Mm-hmm.
We do not know to start with kasi there's a lot of but we are still waiting kung who is the one who can because
No,
this
don't
project will
wait.
make
Mr.
in
Ordonez can help you. He's been involved in water resources for the longest
yes
time, aside from
please
agriculture.
yes
Ayan, he introduced you. Ask for his help. Ernie?
mm
Because Bobit, Pasig River and the esteros of the greater Metro Manila is one, but I think we also owe it to the rural farmers' families that their water, their rivers are clean enough to be potable. That's another challenge. But we have 81 provinces. We have at least 42,000 barangays. So we, the foundation, would like to help you start with 1, 10 barangays, maybe. I don't know.
yes
One step at a time.
yes because here in the for example here in Rizal we're already introducing in different areas like Angono, Taytay Rizal. So we are now using it like in here in Taytay. Recently, I just noticed that there are two falls in here in
Waterfalls.
Taytay. Waterfalls is very
Mm,
nice falls. Like the
okay.
number one is the Tongtong Falls and Caballero Falls here in Taytay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, kung we ignore it or pababayaan, I think it will lose na lang, mawawala na yung falls
I
na yun.
will try
It's
to help
very
you
nice.
find the other waterfalls. But Bobit, I am a media spokesperson.
Yes,
Can you record the success stories kahit isa o dalawa lang, and the foundation through Julius and company, we will try to share it with people who can either donate, like say the League of Corporate Foundations, donate in places where those falls are located. And then we just have to prioritize which of the 81 provinces we want to bring EM to. Okay,
yes, ma'am.
give the floor now to the other people who may want to ask questions. Thank you.
Sorry, I just like to add a little bit, Dean, since these are things that we're doing in progress. This is really a community-based effort.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know if Bobit was able to show it clearly in his presentation, but you can see from the photos that we showed you. I think he did. That it's a it there's several parts to it, and Bobit, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yes,
Uh,
yes, sir.
the the start of it was really educating the community to realize that the plastic candy wrapper or the plastic sachet wrapper,
Microplastics. Okay.
yeah, that they were just carelessly throwing out of the windows,
Yeah.
um, was little by little contributing to the overall pollution of the waterway. And before EM came in, if I remember correctly, Babbitt was actually working very hard with the local communities to teach them that actually what they thought was just a small thing was building up over time and it's a problem.
That's
So I'm while Bobbitt will be very, very happy to do the same in other communities, I'm sure. But it's not just simply a question of can we get sort of funding from the foundations. It will also need to take into account the community development aspect. Because if I remember correctly, Bobbitt, the community after was the one that started policing themselves on their waste disposal
Yes. Mhm.
to
yes,
make sure that
yes, sir. That's correct,
wanted
sir.
you want to extend that story a little. Go ahead.
Yeah, kahit one or two stories, Bobit, we will bicycle it because I am a training resource for the country. My father was
Yes, ma'am.
education secretary to
Yes,
Bagsaysay.
ma'am.
We have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
customer educate because, about these microplastics, about EM, why they have to really be very conscious as a community. Even if we start with one or two barangays, that's a step forward. And maybe
And
that's where we can help you. Okay,
yes,
thank you.
yes, ma'am. Ma'am, when we are trying to clean the rivers, the number one that we one is the diapers, and also the plastic
Oh
one.
my gosh. Yeah, hindi na uso
We
ang
call
cloth diapers kasi.
yes, madami. It's several. Marami kami nakuha ng diapers.
Okay.
Okay, that's a
All right. Thank
start.
you. Yeah, thank you very much for that, Dean. All right. The floor is
Welcome.
open for other questions. Yes. Are there other questions coming in from the audience? Uh, So we have a question. Actually, we have a question from Melkor that I think he's asking for something that Bobik mentioned while he was introducing himself on the tree planting. He's asking. He's
Yeah,
curious about how the why the tree planting failed. Maybe you could talk with Melkor. Do you want to come in for that one?
yeah.
Is he still here? Yeah,
Sure.
Melkor's still here. Melkor.
Okay. Yung reason why we are fail in the planting kasi pag after the plantings, no one take cares about the plants. So, ang nangyari, it happens, so namamatay lang yung mga trees. So, we change it to, instead of tree plantings, nag-divert kami into, yung adapt mag-adapt tree. So, nag-ano kami, kung sino yung, who is the one who wants to adapt a tree, yun. So, that is, so, pero yung nag-tree planting kami, no, nothing happened. Just nagtanim kami, and then after a while, and then we come back to yung pinuntahan namin yung, doon sa lugar na pinagtanim, wala, namamatay lang siya. So, that's why, so, nagbago kami ng strategy, yun nga, ang in-apply namin is adapt a tree. Yun yung medyo umukay kami doon sa adapt a tree dahil kasi para at least yung nag-aalaga doon sa mga puno na tinatanim namin.
Ay, Bobit, yeah, question.
Yes po.
For example, yung mud balls mo, pag just throw it to the river, kailangan ba may follow up through, kailangan mo ba babantayan pa ba yan or what? May follow up?
No. No. Basta yung mud ball kasi one mud balls can cure about 1 square meter po yung application ng one mud balls. And the follow up this after 6 months. After 6 months na lang siya. So para ma-rehab mo yung river, it takes about four times every 6 months kayo magdodraw. Ang babantayan nyo lang is about there's something abuse in the river. So we need the help of the LGU to impose laws or local laws about to not to throw the not throw to throw the mga garbage in the rivers. So yun lang ang medyo challenge talaga kung if you want to rehab dun ng mga rivers, creeks, kailangan natin ng strong laws na wala na magtatapon ng basura sa river. But still, kung maglalagay ka pa rin ng and also one thing more, forget to mention kanina, there's one reason kung bakit napopollute yung water natin just because of the household still using strong dishwashing liquid,
Mm.
the liquid with antibacterial liquid, because when you use, yes, napapatay niya yung mga concerned microorganisms that concern in the compositions dun sa river. So, if you use antibac and it is flowing into the river, that's the reason kung bakit nabubulok or bumabaho yung river. Kasi yung concern to decompose the organic matter sa river, namamatay. So, isa yon. So, sana matulungan nyo you can help us to, kasi medyo magagaling yung mga big companies kasi na nag-aano ng advertise na yung may mga antibacterials, but it's harm the environment. Yun yung yun just the reason ba't mabaho yung river, maitim kasi tapos maraming basura, there's organic matter doon. Yung mga concerned microorganism na nagde-decompose na namamatay na siya. So wala na. So yung inaano ko siya na kung matulungan tayo na to take care the river, sana ganun yun. Kasi useless din si mud balls kung maglalagay tayo ng mud balls. But still, madami pa rin magko-contribute ng dumi doon sa river. Wala din. It will not help.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that. We have another question from Ms. Victoria Lee. Would you like to come in now? Regarding, maybe you can tell us a little bit more about the situation in Laguna, and then maybe you can ask a question. Victoria
Hi.
Lee? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. We have actually 5 lakeshore barangays in Laguna, specifically in Pila Laguna. It's along Laguna Lake so it's really talagang polluted. That's the reason why we're having problems with the fishes. So our fisher folks is having a problem with that. Kaya, and even our farmers is having a problem man with their soil then. So parang as I heard from Sir Bobet, it also helps with agriculture also, no? So the ours is the Laguna Lake. So how could that be? Because we're just part of the lake. We're not we're not just contained to a specific body of water na it's only us, no? So how could you help? I think it's more of the awareness of
Yes, ma'am.
awareness campaign,
Yes,
ano
ma'am.
po?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yun yung pinaka-the best na lang. We need more about information dissemination. Sabi ko nga before, we we need to the LGUs concerned dun sa areas nyo na
It's
yung
more of the
mag-impose
for the barangays, sir. Parang ganyan. We start with the
kung sa
barangays.
sige, yeah, kung sa barangay, yeah, we can makakatulong kami for kung paano information, paano natin i-inform sila kung ano what's still happening dun sa river nila. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe we can also parang in some way use the SK, no?
Yeah.
Parang SK is part of the barangay. This is for the
Yes.
for the youth, no? Maybe we can ask them to help us with the information so that they are the ones who could possibly police the both the parents and the youth themselves, no? Even the kids. So
Yeah.
so you can help us with the awareness campaign, sir, if ever.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we'll maybe I'll just get back to you guys if one day na lang po.
Yes,
Maybe I'll try to contact you na lang po at harvest.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you
yes,
po.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
I think maybe it would be good, Bobit, to try and maybe you can try and discuss what the blueprint of this kind of project would look like. Like, where would we start? Where would we start? How do we proceed step by step until we get to the actual production? Like, maybe you can talk about your experience with that and what worked in a step by step fashion so that everybody here can
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
can
sir.
have an idea of how to put up a project like this in their particular.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Would you mind talking about that?
Yes, of course, sir. Oo nga naman kasi it's very big help talaga if we could kasi yun ang one of the challenges na na-encounter ko is one is the sustainability ng project. Sana ko if we get into this project, sana sustainable para at least continuous and we can protect the river. So, kasi kung hindi natin gagawin ngayon, maybe mawawala na tayo ng rivers, very nice rivers. Unti-unti na siya mawawala. So, we need to start now sana kung
So
kinakailangan.
how would a project like that look like from step one all the way to uh, to completion of the project? What would that look like? What would you need from the people that's with us today or people who would be seeing this session online, let's say?
Yes.
What would be the step-by-step things that they need to do together with you to be able to make this happen?
Kasi yung I start with this nag-start kasi ako from foundation eh. Then nag-start ako sa foundation and then nag-start parang nag-ano na siya, nag-chain reaction na parang what I did here in Taytay Rizal. Start kami tapos we start in barangays nag-start kami from like segregations. Then tapos nag-clean up ng rivers, clean up ng rivers. Ayun, yun lang namin, I request na lang sana do sa mga if you can uh, yung information disseminations in both areas. Kasi kung hindi natin sisimulan, walang mangyayari. So, kailangan let's start it, tapos start na tayo ng project one by one hanggang sa dumami na dumami.
Okay, but what would be step one? You're talking about this, but what would be the first thing that you would ask our audience to do so that we can actually start one of these projects?
Siguro, we start with barangay. Then, after we start in barangay, so kung then start with the
Yeah, so
start na
what would
tayo
they
sa
need to do? What would they need to do with the barangay? What would you ask of them to do with the barangay? Is it to ask for them to set up a meeting with you and then is it to talk to the local barangay officials so that we can have like a seminar to discuss this? Is it to identify a specific waterway first that we need to
I
that
think
needs to be cleaned up? What would be the first concrete step?
I think kailangan nating muna yung mga officials natin, i-educate muna natin. We start with to educate muna natin yung mga officials natin. So, i-educate natin para sila mismo magkaroon ng initiative na gawin yung project kasi they know kung ano yung gagawin nila. Yung mga leaders natin, start tayo sa barangay, then afterward, pwede na tayo pumunta sa LGU para to support yung project doon sa mga barangay. Kasi I think yung pondo ata pwede may pondo kasi yun din kasi kailangan natin is fund. Kasi hindi rin natin. So with the help of the LGU, yun. Tapos start na
Okay.
tayo doon. Punta na tayo sa national.
Okay, so we start with the barangay officials. We maybe that would be a way for anybody who's interested in this to start. Maybe to approach the barangay officials or identify which barangay perhaps would be best suited to implement and sustain this kind of clean up,
Yes, sir.
sustainable cleanup of the waterway, and then to approach the barangay officials so that they are aware that this option exists. Okay, so based on what Dean was saying earlier, or what Miss Victoria was saying earlier, or what Milcor was saying earlier, I think maybe that's the first step of just identifying which barangay to approach first. We could probably get that information from the LG or from the local DNR or from that information. And then once that's been identified, then Bobit can come in to present the same to the officials and then get started on educating them that this is an option for cleanup of waterways. Okay. Then after that, how does the community become involved?
Ayun. So, after that, kung na-educate na natin yung so, we go to start with gathering all the barangay officials, like yung mga nasa mga barangay areas, then start na natin, ano din natin sila, then mag-start na tayo mag-educate din yung nasa lower level, then magka-community based na tayo, community works. Then mas better yun, maganda kasi ang ginagawa namin is itinatanong namin ako para sa Earth Day. So we celebrate Earth Day namin, tinataon yun talaga para at least medyo meaningful yung yung pag ng project. Then tuloy-tuloy na natin doon sa lalo na kung mag-i-impose pa yung with the help of the LGU na wala nang zero basura, gano'n ang mangyari. So segregation ng mga waste. I think that is a very good project to the barangays and the LGU.
I hope the audience will
Chain reaction kasi.
Okay. Yeah, I hope the audience will excuse me for coming
anong
in.
app ang
Yeah.
ginagamit doon para pag nag-order ng trabaho yung mga friends ko, alam ko kung saan ko sasabihin sa'yo, Ani, yung ginawa mo kay Joseph.
Sorry, Dean, is that a question or are you just unmuted? Hello? Hello? Dean? Okay, that just might be okay. Anyway, so yeah, I beg the indulgence of our audience today because I think this is a very concrete thing that we can do as a foundation. Waterway cleanups is very, I think the environmental damage to our waterways has been incredibly difficult to manage for quite some time, and I think this is actually a concrete way that we can actually take action on this very difficult situation, especially considering that this forms part of countryside development. A highly polluted environment is not conducive to the development or rural development for a lot of our communities throughout the country. So I just wanted to see if, instead of simply saying, well, this is what we can do, I wanted to really zoom in on a concrete step or steps that we can take to try, and if we really want to implement this in our areas, to try and take these concrete steps to start making something happen, so that it's very clear on how we can proceed with that. Okay.
Julius,
so that's me.
Can I add something? Add ko lang kasi yung kung you're thinking about producing maltose, don't worry kasi mura lang. It's very, very cheap. You know how much one of the maltball costs? It's only just 1 peso and 75 centavos. One maltballs. And EM is only, if you're using EM, just only about cents per liter lang yan if we are using. It's very, very cheap para mag-clean tayo ng river.
So not only is it not only is it doable, but it's also very affordable. It doesn't cost you a lot of money to do it.
It is very, very, it's very, very cheap price. Mas mura lang siya.
Okay. So if you're joining us this morning, please do stay on so that we can continue into our informal session and continue with our questions. But if you are joining us online through our social media uploads, I'm very sorry. This is the extent of what you can get for free.